Dominic, just thought I'd have a chat with you. Obviously we've got Martin Murray fighting Billy Joe later on next month, at the end of next month. But what I wanted to find out is how have you found working with him? Because realistically, as skillful and as talented as Billy Joe is, he perhaps maybe underachieved, do you think, before he came to you?
Yeah, I think, listen, it happens with every gifted fighter. Nazim Hamid was the same. That they look at the opponent and think, right, that's a 6-week camp, that's a 7-week camp. They're never going to do more than they've got to do. And eventually it does become the unravelling of them. It happened with Naz against Pereira. I remember some of the fight when he boxed Steve Robinson, he trained for 7 weeks for that fight. Naz, what a performance it was. And with Billy, it's like anything else. When things are easy for him, they do tend to work less hard. But for the kid who's
how you managed to change that? Because listen, 15 years he'd been doing that and winning and doing enough to keep winning, but suddenly he's now winning in style.
He won in style in his last fight. The William Monroe fight was a build that we always knew he was going to have a big fight in December. And like I said to him when he came to fight William Monroe, it was more a process of getting the weight off and getting him fit. He put in a good performance. He shut William Monroe out, but he had 1 week out of the gym, then he was straight back in because he knew he was going to be in a big fight and it was likely to be David Lemieux, who was a tough kid, and he put everything into that camp. He had the fear factor about him, and what performance he did. And it's same with Martin Murray. It's not the fight that Billy Joe Saunders wants. When you get to that level, you want the Golovkins, you want the Canelos, but you've got to have these fights. You've got to eliminate all the opposition. And Martin Murray's a tough kid, and the worst kid to fight is a kid, who's just missed out on world titles. Like skin of his teeth, and he has one last chance. And they put everything into it, and on the night they come and give you a nightmare of a fight.
So Billy Joe's taking him serious?
Of course he's taking him serious, and even if Billy Joe's not taking him serious, I'm taking him serious, and I'm the trainer. So, when Billy Joe Saunders said, yeah, I've done enough, I said, no, you've got to do more. So I'm under no. I've seen Martin Murray for a long time back. He's trained under Oliver Harrison, and Oliver's a good trainer. He's very good at motivating kids. And Martin's a tough kid, and you cannot ever underestimate the likes of Martin Murray.
But how did you manage to do that? Because no other coaches managed to do that and push him to the level that he perhaps needed to be pushed to.
I think with Billy, you've got to show him new ways. That it's not just about boxing training. He was trained by Jimmy Tibbs, who was a great trainer. But you just can't, as a fighter, you just can't go into the camp and do the same things over and over again. Speedball, skipping, bag work, sparring. You've got to introduce things that are going to keep kids excited about the training and give different challenges. Not giving them something that they know they can do. If you said to a kid, go on a 3-mile run, they can do it, but if you give them a different type of running to do it and it's a challenge, it motivates them to train differently. So that's what you have to throw new challenges at these type of kids, challenge them, keep them challenging, because you know what, they're all hyperactive, they don't sit still for 2 minutes. You know what I mean? They're here, there and everywhere, and you've got to burn them out in the gym so they sleep at night. They're like, before these, the kids we have, attention deficit disorder and everything else, you were just classed as a naughty boy when I were at school. But you look at, a lot of these fighters, they are hyperactive. They never sit still for 2 minutes. They tire me out watching them. And with Billy, when he goes in that gym, trust me, when he puts a session in that gym, he kills the session. He walks out dragging his arse on the floor, and then he's bang out and asleep at night. But we have other stuff. We go cycling, we go out to Fuerteventura training, keep it competitive. We have a lot of fun, and he enjoys being in camp. Whereas I can imagine before he was just training. Well, bored out of his brains and training again.
Well, this is what we were saying. You're talking about having fun, keeping it interesting, and all that. It seems like since he's been training now with Jamie, he works between both Oliver and Jamie. Yeah. And obviously Jamie's gym's just sort of like got a little bit packed there with Mr. Frampton turning up down there, and Rocky Fielding and all the kids, and everyone just seems to be buzzing in that gym. Well, it seems to reinvigorated Martin.
It does. Listen, you bounce off it, because you see, when Billy Joe Saunders went to Canada, Kell Brook came along, and Kell was in 2 minds whether they're going to box again, and he saw Billy's performance, and they trained, and they like bounced off each other. And then when Kell boxed in March, it was the same thing. You could see Billy getting excited, because it's like neck and neck. They're both high quality operators, so they're all like challenging each other. And we've got another kid called Jason Quigley into the mix, who's a middleweight, so he keeps them on the toe. So, like I say, success breeds success, and Martin's around success at the minute. He's in a good place.
Well, obviously there's a fight that's going on now as we're talking in Josh Warrington against Lee Selby. You've got Kid Galahad. I presume this is a fight that he's going to be interested in.
Well, the winner of this fight tonight, you know, after this fight they'll name a final eliminator, and Kid Galahad will be in that final eliminator against whoever takes the challenge on. So, you know, it'd be great. Josh Warrington actually beat Kid Galahad as an amateur. I think Galahad had about 4 or 5 fights. Josh was a very experienced amateur at the time, and you know, I think that's the fight that Galahad wants. You know, he's filling out a football stadium, he's got a good crowd, and that's the kind of thing you need in boxing. You need fighters who can put bums on seats. We're in the entertainment industry after all.
We're in also probably the most exciting area of boxing. The Northwest is dominating, not just British boxing but world boxing now.
We've got some good fighters, and you know, I've just seen Tyson Fury ringside. He looks slim. He's got a tan. You know, everybody's around. He looks $1 million. And I think if I was Anthony Joshua's team, I'd be thinking, you know what, he's back on it. And hopefully, you know, he's boxing in a couple of weeks' time. You know, he can. From what I've seen of him training, he's looking good. He's fast on his feet, and he's another one who's, you know, he's working with Billy Joe Saunders' dietitian Greg Marriott, and he works with Terry Flanagan. Who works with Terry Flanagan as well. So, you know, he's turning him around, and Tyson's looking happy.
So it's exciting times.
Exciting times.
So we can expect fireworks on June the 23rd?
Hopefully it's going to be fireworks, and we're all going to be partying, yeah.
Alright, Dominic, thank you very much, mate.
Okay.